Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Good evening, Alka ma'am. So this was the task. I looked at mirror and I met the most handsome person in the world. Yes, my dear students, today I met the most handsome and beautiful person in the world. Do you believe that others are better than you? Do you find expressing your needs difficult? Do you focus on your weaknesses? Do you frequently experience fear, self-doubt, and worry? Do you have a negative outlook on life and feel a lack of control? Do you have an intense fear of failure? Do you have trouble accepting positive feedback? Do you have trouble saying no and setting boundaries? Do you struggle with confidence? If yes, then you are suffering with low self-esteem and you need immediate attention. Self-esteem. Self-esteem describes a person's overall subjective sense of personal worth or value. In other words, self-esteem may be defined as how much you appreciate and like yourself regardless of the circumstances. How is your self-esteem? Let's work upon this morning. So today's challenge is that you have to take a mirror and look at the mirror minimum 2 to 5 minutes. And then you meet yourself. You meet the person who is the most important person for you in life. You meet the person who matters a lot for you. Meet a person who is everything for you. Meet a person whose strengths are your strengths, whose weaknesses are your weaknesses. Meet a person whose dreams are your dreams, whose goals are your goals. And then after that, you ask these questions. Who are you? How are you? What are your goals? What are your dreams? What matters most in your life? What are you really scared of? And what's your definition of success? These are essential questions to be asked oneself. And you look at the mirror and ask these questions. Try to find out the answers. And please record your answers in the Google form. And be ready to share your responses in the Zoom meeting. So Alka ma'am, this was the challenge. Now let's listen to these students when they met with themselves today. How was their experience? Asya, today's session you are going to compare. So please take a lead. Asya, please invite your friends one by one. Please unmute yourself, Asya.
Yes, ma'am. I'll go with Saklan, please. Saklan?
I made you co-host. You can unmute the people whom you want them to speak.
Okay, ma'am. Saklan seems he is not here. So next I'll go with Taskeen. Taskeen,
Raza, please unmute and speak. Taskeen also left now. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. So leave them. I'll start with myself. They'll be here, I think, in 5 to 10 minutes.
Yes, please go ahead.
Today's challenge actually was quite a favorite of mine because I love myself. I really do. I love myself. It's not selfish to love yourself, take care of yourself, and make yourself happy. Happiness as a priority. It's necessary. Everyone has flaws, so do I. But even with the flaws, I love myself. I am satisfied with my attitude, my thinking, my choices, my appearance. I'm really happy with myself. Earlier, I used to feel insecure about myself, my career, if I'm good enough, if others will like me or not. But now I am happy with myself. I cannot love anyone if I cannot love myself. So I am Asia. I am amazing. I want to be a radiologist and I will be, inshallah. I'm scared of nothing, no one. I only fear Allah. And which is definition, and the definition of success to me is it is a peace of mind which is direct result of self satisfaction in knowing you did your best to become the best you are capable of becoming, and when you would not trade your life for anyone else. So I really want to say that you should love yourself, and my mantra is that I always say, even if I feel down or sad, I say, "Zindagi gulzar hai, mujhe khud se pyar hai." This is the line which everyone hears around me. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful, Asia. Thank you very
nice.
much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Next, who wants to share? Please write your name in the chat box so that we can invite you.
Taskeen will go ahead, I think.
Nobody has written the name Asia, so I request you to kindly call Alka ma'am to share her views and thoughts.
Alka ma'am, please.
Hi, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you very much, Halima ma'am, for this beautiful opportunity to interact with the beautiful kids out here who are going to be the leaders of today, of tomorrow. And I want to ask one question to Asia. Asia, if I ask you a question, like there is something in you which I don't like, how will you react to that?
I'll be fine with it. You don't like it. It's not my fault. You don't like it. I cannot change your thinking. I cannot change you. Your life, your thinking. I cannot do it. Anything.
Yeah. So, you know,
Ma'am,
there
please
is
don't find me rude, but I am just blunt.
No. I'm just saying that. Yeah. So don't be blunt. You can, you know, pleasantly agree to disagree. You know, that is another thing of high self-esteem, that we don't have to agree with the thoughts of other people. When we have high self-esteem, we are okay, you know, we are fine, we are satisfied, we are inner fulfillment is there, and we are worthy of ourselves. We value ourselves, like you rightly pointed out. You have self-worth, and you know who you are within yourself. You have that self-confidence in you. You have that self-belief in you. So it doesn't matter. If someone doesn't agree, it's all right. It's all right. Just relax, you know, and you can agree to disagree, just like one thing. Now, the other question that I want to ask the students is,
Alka ma'am, but I'm in the place of Asia. My attitude would be that I will I will invite you to speak about me, and then I will introspect myself. Whatever you have said, how much is correct about me, how much is not correct. Okay, and then maybe I can introspect, and then maybe a few things are true about me. So
actually, no, there are two things. One is self-esteem and the other is self-image. Self-esteem is what I think about my own self from within myself. That means I am sure of who I am. I'm worthy. I value myself. I treasure myself. I treasure my value systems. And that's who I am. And I'm unshakable. My faith in the Lord is unshakable. And I get my energy from the Lord and from the universe. And that is self-esteem. Self-image is slightly different. Self-image is what others think of me and what I think of what others think of me. That is really not very... is really not very important. So when we have that esteem, that confidence in ourselves and who I am as a person, as a professional, in my personal life, in my life in the world, who am I and what I'm doing, how I'm contributing to the world. When I have that self-confidence, the self-image will automatically become better. So today, children, we are talking about branding ourselves, but it has become important in the world today to brand ourselves. When we were younger and when I became a doctor, we were not branding ourselves. It was the word of mouth which went away all over the world, and then we got our brand from our patients. But today I understand that branding ourselves is very important, and creating a self-image of yourself in the environment around you is also very important. But let me tell you, friends, you don't have to create a self-image. A little bit of introspection, going within yourself, asking yourself, like Madam has put the questions, beautiful questions, lovely questions. What am I doing? Who am I? Why I'm doing what I'm doing? These are the questions which make you understand your purpose of your life and your inner calling. And that is what makes you a very self-confident person. There is some other question that I want to ask you. Sia,
Yes,
or
ma'am.
anybody else can answer that question. What happens when I praise you? When I give a compliment to you? So I say, Asia, today you're looking very beautiful.
I will think that, okay, it's not a big deal. Everyone looks good. Like, it's my thinking. This is the actual thing. I think when someone compliments me,
Asia.
moreover, I really get embarrassed.
Asia, just say thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Apart from thank you, this is what I think.
No, when somebody is giving you a compliment, you don't think, you feel happy. When you told me you're looking nice today, I said thank you. What I'm telling you is that accepting the compliments is also about self-esteem. If we think good about ourselves, then we say thank you. Earlier when I was a younger girl, whenever someone told me your dress is looking very nice, what I used to say, oh, this dress is 10 years old. Oh,
That's what I do.
From the Sarojini market. Oh, this is very cheap dress. I used to never take the compliment to myself. So I'm just telling you this is second method. The other thing is when we have written on the questions. One is criticize and appreciate, and when someone disagrees with you. So how do you show the love to yourself? Anybody can answer this question. How do you show your love to your own self? What are the various methods? One is
yes, ma'am.
Asia, you want to answer? Whoever is it?
No, ma'am.
You don't want to
I don't know about this.
You said you love yourself. So how do you show your love to yourself?
I love myself, but how I'm going to show others?
Okay.
That's a
I
good
spend
question.
time with myself because, I sometimes I want that I should be there all alone with my own thoughts. Nobody should interrupt in between.
Yes.
So how I'm supposed to show it to others?
So I'll give you an example. When you have a friend who has had some kind of a problem in her house, when I was a little girl, I had a friend whose mother was not feeling well for a very long time, and ultimately her mother died, and I was in class 5 that time. So I would go to her and I would sit with her and I would tell her, it's okay, don't worry. My mother is like your mother, not to worry. And, we try to explain to the other person, we empathize with the other person, we share with the other person, and that is who we are as a human being. The human connection is very, very important in us. So the way of showing self-love is when I'm in trouble, when I'm feeling low due to some reason, like for example, Dr. Alka has criticized me. Dr. Alka has said, I don't like this about you. Instead of becoming low, look at yourself as that friend in your life, that Asia is sitting in front of me or Alka is sitting in front of me, and talk to her like you are her best friend and tell her, what's wrong? Why are you worried? It's nothing to be worried about. You know who you are. You have the self-confidence. So that is self-love. We don't do that much for our own selves. We do it for the whole world. We have this habit of explaining to our friend, you are good, you have self-confidence, you are awesome, you're beautiful, you're wonderful. But when it comes to ourselves, we don't show that. So one of the methods of raising your self-esteem is doing the affirmations every day, which we are already doing in the morning. So saying it aloud, because brain is a movie projector. So it wants voice, it wants visual images. So you have to say these things to yourself, also visualize those things to yourself, and automatically we raise our state of mind and automatically we raise our self-esteem. Anybody else wants to ask any other question?
Taskeen, Reza, Fahad, and Rabia. They want to share. Please unmute yourself one by one.
Share. Please share. Please share.
Yes, you can unmute yourself. You all the co-host. Please unmute and share. बोलिए तस्कीन, फहद, राबिया, कहाँ हैं आप? आपने नाम लिखा है अपना?
Shazia.
Yes, Shazia. Unmute and speak.
Good evening, ma'am.
अरे जो कोई भी है, आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही बेटा, म्यूट कर लीजिए खुद को, आपका नेटवर्क सही नहीं है. Okay, Shazia, go ahead. Same is the issue with Fahad also. Shazia, please go ahead. You speak. Shazia.
So I would just like to add, while the other people are getting ready, that the other method of showing yourself and raising your self-esteem is, you said, very beautifully, Asiya, taking care of yourself. You take care of yourself because you want to, like Madam said, that you spend time with your own self. Sitting in silence, meditation is one of the methods, and focusing on your breath is one of the methods of taking care of yourself. The other method of taking care of yourself is when you discipline yourself. When we get up on the right time, when we sleep on the right time, we eat on the right time, and we do the things which we are uncomfortable, which we don't want to do. Like, for example, you're studying and your friend calls you up and she says, Chal, let's go for a movie. Would you like to go for a movie? Yes or no? So that's not the time to go for a movie. We can tell that friend, I'm studying right now. I cannot come for a movie right now. That is self-discipline. So when you self-discipline yourself about doing the uncomfortable things in your life, when you make your habits in a good way, habits are not something that you set goals and then you achieve those goals. Habits are formed every day. That I get up in the morning, I go for a walk, I drink water, I go for exercise, or I do yoga, or whatever habits you want to form. I study at this time, I box my time. How we do time management is another way of elevating our self-esteem. So taking care of our life, taking care of our personal life, taking care of our professional life are the methods that we take care of ourselves, and then we get success in our life. Is that all right? So disciplining yourself is very, very important. Habit formation, getting rid of your bad habits. Today people are watching Netflix at night, too much of entertainment, too much of social media, too much of enjoyment is there in life, too much of eating. I'm going out to eat this. And when they go out to eat, they'll be taking photographs of what they're eating. They're not enjoying what they're eating. And they're taking photographs and posting on the social media. This is a completely anti-self-esteem. People think that when they get validation, when they get likes on the social media, that is self-esteem. It is not. It is definitely not self-esteem. Self-esteem can be made better by acquiring the skills of communication, like Madam is saying, skills of leadership, like whatever we are teaching you over here. These are some of the methods you can develop your self-esteem and become a successful person, a happier person, a contributory person, and you can give all of these things away to the world, and you can shine your light everywhere. Thank you.
Thank you, Alka ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Let's watch this.
Confidence. It's a word you probably hear a lot, but what does it mean? Confidence is believing in yourself and your abilities. When you are confident, it means that you recognize the things you are good at and are happy to give new things a go. Having good self-esteem is a big part of being confident. Good self-esteem means you accept yourself and you feel positive about yourself, just the way you are. But sometimes it's hard to feel confident and good about yourself because we get caught up in comparing ourselves to others around us. But the thing is, everyone is completely unique. Even identical twins are unique. Everyone has different bodies, cultures, religions, styles, skills, and abilities. Comparing yourself to people who are different in all those ways is exhausting because you'll never be exactly the same as someone else. So instead of focusing on other people, why not figure out what you can do and focus on being the best version of yourself possible? One important thing to remember is that everyone is good at something. But sometimes we spend so much time focusing on why we aren't a whiz at absolutely everything that we forget this. There may have been a time when you tried something new, like a sport or a maths problem, and didn't do as well as you hoped. But every time you give something new a go, you have to remember that your first try probably won't be perfect. Things take practice, so don't be hard on yourself. When we don't do as well as we expect, we can sometimes start thinking negative things about ourselves. But instead of listening to these negative thoughts, remind yourself of all the things you are great at and your other achievements. Perhaps you're an ace at art, or really enjoy English and wrote a brilliant story. Maybe you have a knack for chess and can checkmate your opponent before they can even blink. Everyone experiences different levels of confidence. But did you know that you can train your brain to become more confident? A good way to look at confidence is to think of it as a muscle. A muscle grows when you work on it, right? Well, so does confidence. Working on your confidence every day helps to strengthen and develop it. So even though you may not feel incredibly confident, you can become confident. Here are some really simple tips to help develop your confidence. Reevaluate your goals. If you're overwhelmed by expectations to achieve, take a moment and set some realistic goals. Making small goals to reach your big final goal is the best plan, because it's easier to achieve those small goals than the big goal in one huge leap. Don't give up. When you try something new, more often than not, you'll fail at first. And that's okay. It happens to everyone. It's a cycle of trying, failing, and trying again until you get there. Just don't give up. If everyone who failed on their first attempt gave up, we wouldn't have the internet, nor would we have aeroplanes, medicines, or phones. The key to success is to keep on trying. Turn the volume down on that negative self-talk. Everyone has positive and negative thoughts, but did you know that you can choose which ones to listen to? When you have negative thoughts, just let them go and listen to the ones that help you to feel positive. If you keep doing this, you'll be training your brain to be more confident. Be constructive, not destructive. Criticism comes in two ways, constructive and destructive. Bullies saying nasty things is destructive criticism. But a teacher recommending some ways you can improve at school is constructive criticism. So reject the comments that bring you down and let in all the comments that help you grow. Which leads us to the final handy tip for confidence. Believe in yourself and celebrate your differences. Nobody is the same. It's a fact of life. So why spend time trying to compare yourself to other people when you'll only ever be yourself? Find the special qualities that make you, you, and love them. Perhaps you could even make a list. Did you know there are some real benefits to being confident? When you're confident, you have more energy, you're happier, and you're more comfortable with yourself, which means you can enjoy yourself more. If you're confident, you'll be more willing to give things a go, which means you might discover new things you really enjoy. So next time you're experiencing negative thoughts about yourself or hearing destructive criticism, let them pass like clouds in the sky. And remember the things you're good at and the wonderful characteristics that make you unique and irreplaceable.
Wow.
Yes. So now it's clear to you what exactly is confidence and self-esteem.
Wonderful. Wonderful video and wonderful points, friends. I think you all are so lucky. You know, every time I come to this program, I feel very, very jealous of you because you get so much of material, so much of content you get to learn from Halima ma'am. So this is absolutely right. You know, when you can develop your self-confidence, actually, every day, every minute, you can keep on developing your self-confidence without when you take away all the negative things from yourself. So, you know, earlier when we were younger, people used to tell us, ki, if you get angry too much, focus on your anger and it will go. No, today the system has changed. It's called logotherapy. What we focus is we inculcate good things into ourselves. We try to focus about the good about others. We try to focus about the good about our own selves. We try to focus on our own strengths rather than our weaknesses. Today the system is changed. The scenario is completely changed. So when you think about your good things, think about your strengths, you feel better, and that is how you increase your self-confidence. And you, as you rightly read it, practicing about your strengths. If you like to write, keep on writing. Write every day for half an hour. That will you'll become a good writer. If you like to cook, if you like to draw, if you like to paint, whatever you like to do, that is a skill that you can cultivate over a period of time by practice, and that helps you to increase your self-esteem. Lovely, beautiful video, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Alka ma'am, for sparing your valuable time. And I hope, children, it was a useful session for you. And now wait for tomorrow's challenge. It's going to be another fantastic day. And tomorrow, Dr. Ram is going to be our mentor. Wish you all the best. Thank you.